I'm fucking this up. Okay. Cool. Alrighty, let's see here. Alright, I think I got everything good, maybe, possibly, certainly. Who knows? Let's see. Yo, what is up? I am super excited for this right here. Alright. What's up, everybody? Damn it. Hold on. Something got switched around here. There we go. Fix in real time. Okay. Alright. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Nerdtaku, and I am so excited to be together for this chapter right here. I am super excited for it. I am hoping to fix everything. Alright, cool. I'm good. So I am doing my live reaction to 1101, and I am super excited because of all the busyness of the weekend, I was only able to get to it now, but the officials are out, so I can just read it straight official. I don't have to go back and reread it again. I don't have my new setup yet for my streaming, but I will for the next chapter. So I'm super excited. I've been redoing my den. I ripped out the carpet. I put new flooring in. I dropped my water bottle, the whole nine. And I started painting today, so I have paint on my hands. So it's been quite the journey, but then I can set up my desk. I have my new laptop. I have my whole thing that I can get ready for my next stream. I also wanted to let you guys know, I am about to hit 600 followers on TikTok, and now I hit over 100 subscribers on here. So I'm really thankful to have you guys support me like this, and to get these, subscribers and stuff like that. It's been a lot of fun, and I don't plan on going anywhere. Also, my wife got me this really awesome Merry Christmas t-shirt with Mary on it. That's dope. But yeah, so just really thankful for all the support. And I don't know who is fans of Black Clover, but now that they've gone to quarterly chapters, there's one that's going to be coming out on Christmas. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do a stream on Christmas, but on probably the day after Christmas, or maybe 2 days after Christmas, it depends, me and Chestnut will be getting together to do a live stream review of the chapter for a live reaction. So it'll be really cool because she's one of the only other fans of Black Clover that I know of that keeps consistent. So I'm super excited for the chapter. We haven't gotten a chapter since I think it was August, so I'm super excited for that. So yeah, I just appreciate all the support and look forward to more things coming. I also started to make really using CapCut filters and stuff like that. I started doing that on TikTok, and I've been throwing them onto YouTube shorts and stuff like that, and Instagram reels. So I've been trying to pump out more content when I can't just sit down and record like this. I've just been trying to make funny stuff to make people laugh, and they've been enjoying it. So I'm gonna keep doing that as well. So but yeah, so if you were looking for my chapter 1100 reaction as well, I did it with Larry, and he also had Fiso from TCB. He had Anime Sundays, Shonen Showdown, Honcho from TikTok, and who else did he have? He had one other person. Oh, and he had Fexer, and it was a lot of fun. So if you haven't seen that, go watch it. It was a lot of fun. I clowned a little bit on Mihawk, and of course Dragon. There was a point though where when Kuma says to Bonnie, oh, I I was just so happy that you were born, and I was like, damn, if only Garp said that to Ace, like when he was about to be executed, you know, heaven forbid he just, you know, give him that ratification in that moment. But yeah, man, so it was a lot of fun. But yeah, so let's get into this. I'm super hyped for it. It's been so hard not to read it and not to get spoiled on it. So I've been staying away adamantly. So I haven't been spoiled on anything. So let's dive into this thing. All right, let's see here. Okay, so we got a color spread with the Vegapunks on it. Very interesting. It's interesting because it has all of the Vegapunks, but it also has Vega Force 1 in the back. But that's super cool. I gotta catch up on Black Clover too. By the way, hey guys. Welcome 3-Day. I've been missing you. I have been. So I'm glad that you decided to come in. And Jarhead, yeah, thank you so much, dude. Honestly, it was really, it was a little intimidating. Like, all these people have huge followings, and I'm just over here with my 100 subscribers and whatnot. And I'm just like, but you know what? I had a great time, you know, and I even jumped into a live that Shonen Showdown and Anime Sundays was having. They did like an Instagram live, and I was like, you know, sending messages or whatever. And it just made me feel really good that they were like, yeah, man, Nerdtaku really knows what he's talking about when it comes to that, to One Piece. And I was like, you know, that just makes you feel good. So it was really awesome to do. So, all right, let's jump into this. 3 years ago, Mount Corvo, Goa Kingdom, East Blue. Gum Gum. Chapter 1100 is To Bonnie. Axe. Oh, so he's using his power, and then all of a sudden the animals are scared, and Kuma has like a bubble by him that's like almost from the past. It says, Dragon, you seem extremely familiar with this particular nation, and I couldn't help but notice you traveling to a little village at the edge of the country and watching a particular young lad. Keep going if you want to see me killed. Question mark. What do you mean? Children are a vulnerability for any parent. Oh, shit. Pardon me. I'll forget everything I saw. Yo, this is crazy. I thought that Kuma might have known about Luffy, but I thought since Ivankov didn't really know about Luffy, I figured that he would have kept it, but it is pretty interesting. So Kuma's looking, and Luffy says, that's gonna be a special attack. I'll use it when I'm up against really tough enemies. Once I'm a pirate, I'll be finding new crewmates, see? And there will be times when they get beat or captured. When that happens, I won't hold back. I'll give them a gum axe, no matter who it is, see? What? Don't worry. I don't eat weaklings. Yo, Luffy's too much, dude. You looking at this, and it's actually kind of funny because it's like a lion and a crocodile, kind of like showing like, oh yeah, he's gonna beat Crocodile. Who would the lion be? The golden lion, Shiki? I don't know. I'm just fucking around, but it's interesting. Kuma's looking on him, and all of a sudden he pops away. Luffy says, huh? Who's there? That was weird. I felt something that made me shiver. Is there still a big boss lurking somewhere on this mountain? I'm gonna find it and hunt it before I set sail. Damn. Dragon and Kuma are two sides of the same coin. I can appreciate that. I think Kuma's just a way better dad. Just straight up shows up. Pirates have pillaged a merchant ship and now are on the run. Huh. Sink the pirate ship at once. The pirates came out of nowhere. I'll take the injured to a hospital right now. Huh? Oh. Bartholomew Kuma, what are you doing? I'll go ahead, you catch up. Oh, thank you. I thought it would be too late for us. Kuma, come in. Kuma! Give yourselves up. We're sorry, we'll return everything. Give back the treasure, men. Do you want to die? To Bonnie, the world is full of more beautiful and wondrous sights than any book or picture could describe. I wish I could see you react to them, Bonnie. Damn. I wonder if Bonnie ever even gets these. Sorbet Kingdom. Is it here yet? 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 Look, he's probably busy with work, and sometimes nukus make mistakes. Daddy said he would write me lots of letters. Yeah, and letters take a long time. You're supposed to be patient. And then Connie says, they'll get here eventually, dear. And the news coup drops off a newspaper and a letter. Oh, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I'm already pissed off. I hope Bonnie just fucking beats the shit out of this lady. Put this in the church post box. Yes, ma'am. Any letters? Nope, just the paper. Another letter, huh? Yes, how many is this? Must be about 10 a month. They've been dozens. I'm surprised he hasn't run out of things to write. To Bonnie. What a sap. Yo, I hope Bonnie fucking floors this bitch. Hope she does it. Lastly, Bonnie, as I've said so many times, I'll send you all the love in the world. I will write again. She like gets buffed up and says, let's fight, go, go, go. Again, Bonnie, what about Jenga? Fight me! It's time for your medicine, Bonnie, huh? Strange, I could have sworn she looked like a giantess. I hate medicine. It's yucky. That's how you know it's working. If only she knew it's just bitter syrup. Old Connie, why is it bad if they find out about Bonnie's powers? It's just in case a wise hawk hides its talons. Shit. So that's why she doesn't show it. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't... That type of power, the possibility of her power being used in the wrong way, it's too dangerous. It really is. Excuse me. The world government just loves to fucking manipulate people and do terrible stuff. I was so mad reading that too. Yeah, dude, like seriously, like I hate the CP agents. Like it is interesting that there's so many different CPs and like they all seem to have their own specialization. Like CP9's assassin, CP0 guards the celestial dragon, CP8 is like a medical form of agents, and then, you know, CP7, CP6, CP5, you know, we've seen a lot of CP agents, like all the CP5 agents that were in charge of investigating Vegapunk that ended up in the bottom of Egghead. Like, it's all really interesting. So that is kind of cool. Navy Science Division Laboratory 8. That's amazing, Doctor. It's already done? After this, I'll just use island clouds to make the lab and brain float. The truth is, half of what you see is actually a hologram. This has been my plan for Punk Hazard 2, truth be told. And you've gone and gotten a fresh cut. Yo, this is crazy. Look at Stussy being here, dude. Kuma chose to be with his child at the cost of her safety and his freedom. Dragon chose to lead a world revolution at the cost of not being there for his son. They chose different paths. I agree. But my caveat to that is there's definitely a way I feel like Dragon could have been there for Luffy in other ways. He was able to save him once from Smoker, which is like abysmal. At the time, it was a big deal, but I mean, he didn't show up really for Eva. He didn't show up for Kuma in the ways like of saving Ginny and stuff like that. Like, listen, I think Dragon's gonna be strong. I think he's gonna be great. I think Oda can make the writing good. It's just so hard to know who Luffy is as a character and who Garp is as a character and not expect Dragon to do something else, you know? And if he is super strong, it also makes me think like, dude, if you're that strong, why didn't you do better? Like, why didn't you do more for them? You know, so unless he was weak at the time but found his devil fruit and strength later, then I can understand it a little bit more. So, like I said, there's a way that it can be written to make it make sense in my head, but like it is hard to know that Dragon is this strong person, this powerhouse, this person who has all this influence and everything else, and they're able to do certain things, but not everything that they should, you know? So, like I said, that's just my take on it. I want him to be better because I want to like him more. Because I had high hopes for Dragon, you know? And so it's just tough to watch him not do the things that you would want him to do. Well, the government already knew about Kuma's daughter, though. Dragon kept Luffy hidden as long as he could. Yeah, that makes sense. Pepe, it's so light I could just float away. Are you really going to lose your free will, Kuma? I wonder which is worse off, a clone with her own will or a real human with none. Stop that, Stussy. You are a human being. What does it mean to lose my free will, Vegapunk? However, you might be following your orders from above at the moment. Would you continue to do their building if they told you to kill a child? Losing your free will in this research project means losing all of the memories and human emotions you've gained to this point in your life. But I'll make certain that you can maintain a bare minimum of conscious thought right up to just before the end. That should give you another year, I suppose. Another letter? Damn. I see Vegapunk is still trying to prolong it, basically, to make it so that... Make it that he doesn't have to kill him. Like, he really doesn't want to, so he just keeps moving the goalpost. I'll keep sending them for as long as I can. I love Bonnie. I have another year to write out an entire life's worth of emotions to her. That's tough. Stussy says, Teehee, that's so sweet. Bonnie will be 9 soon. I bet she's so big now. Not in that short of a time. I don't know when this letter might reach you, but happy 9th birthday, Bonnie. I'm writing to you from Vegapunk's lab, and Bonnie, happy birthday! And everyone's celebrating. Look, it's one of old Connie's special huge pizzas. Yay, thank you. And so she starts eating her pizza while they're asleep. She opens up the mailbox. Nope, no letters. Don't you know I'm 9 now, Daddy? You said you'd write me letters. She starts crying. Dragon is not the typical leader that One Piece has glorified. Luffy, Garp, and Whitebeard would do anything for a friend, but couldn't care less about the millions who still need saving. Dragon is the opposite. He's fighting for the needs of many over the few or the close. Listen, I get that. He's just so bad at it. Like, I mean, granted, he is trying to spur several revolutions across the entire globe. I get it. It's just, I feel like Luffy has done more to destabilize the world government in the way that he has done things than Dragon has done, you know, or the Revolutionary Army. I just feel like, you know, I get being like, we need to do this, but you also need the means to do it, right? And so he's been trying to form teams and get these people to help him do this. And he finally did it. And he let Sabo take the dub, I guess. Like, having Sabo go to Marijois and do all that stuff, why wasn't Dragon there? Why wasn't Dragon showing his force of power? He, like, being like, hey, you guys did this. You guys constantly fuck over these small nations. Make a real declaration, besides for just setting the symbol of the Celestial Dragons on fire. You know, kill an admiral, kill a Celestial, show them that they are the fucking scum of the earth. Like, there is so much more that I feel like Dragon should be doing in every capacity. And I get that he's not the typical leader. I don't expect him to be. I expect him to have the strongest will, though. If you have the strongest will to free and basically topple the government, that takes a huge amount. I would say that's a loftier goal than becoming Pirate King, in my opinion. If you have that type of will, your willpower should be insane. Your hockey should be fucking nuts. Like, I truly believe Dragon will be the wiper of the end game. Like, if he has that type of will, like, he should be gaining power through adversity. He should be in the front of the revolutionary, leading them. Like, leaders, to me, are not leaders who lead from the back. They're leaders that lead from the front next to all of their comrades. And that's just who I see Dragon should be. That's my personal opinion. And, like, you can have your opinion on Dragon or whatever. But, like, to me, I think he's so much weaker then, because hockey blooms through adversity. Hockey blooms through training and all this other stuff. So, I mean, and like, we know that Blackbeard rolled up on Baltigo with his crew. Who knows how that turned out? I mean, obviously they escaped, but, like, did Dragon beat all their asses to save time for all the other people to evacuate? Like, what happens? Like, we just really haven't seen anything from Dragon. And we, you know, Eva got captured and he just kind of laughed it off. You know, Ginny got captured and he didn't do anything. He didn't roll up on the Celestials. He didn't help Kuma get her back. None of that stuff. None of that stuff that I feel like a true leader would do. You know, I'm not saying, but, like, also you have to look at, could he afford to lose Ginny? She was a genius wiretapper. She had really good skills, and she was one of his captains. Like, in his inaction made Kuma distance himself from him. He lost, not only did he lose one of his captains, he lost one of his commanders because of his inaction, which it basically put Kuma right into the world government's hands and ended up costing them millions of lives anyway. It just, like, these type of things are what we really have to look at when we have to look at Dragon as a whole and be like, yo, is this guy actually a good leader? I think my answer is no. I don't believe he's that great of a leader. I think that he may be strong. I just don't think that he has the know-how, maybe. Or if he has the know-how, then maybe he doesn't have the strength. I'm like I said, at the end of the day, I think that Oda will make this make sense, right? He's really good at it. Obviously, we all hated Kuma or thought he kind of sucked or that he was an ass. And now we love Kuma. I couldn't see hating Kuma anymore. But here I am, I'm dealing with that same thing with Dragon. Let me read these. Dragon is not the, Dragon is the opposite. He fights, blah, blah. Strahd, what's up, Strahdy? Imagine you can outsmart skill. Some characters gotta be like that. Sad Dragon looks that way. The revs are blocking off trade routes to Marijua, which long term is effective and is more effective than killing a celestial dragon. Dragon can take your kingdom away from you, with you the need for arms. That is serious power you can't buy without the need. For sure. Sup, broski? Yo, what's up, man? I've been missing you, brother. I'm glad that you showed up. I appreciate the support. It's so hard for me to look at Dragon without the lens of where is his action, and sure, I don't doubt he's going to be strong. I don't doubt he's going to be smart. I don't doubt that there's a reason for all of this stuff. It's just the amount of inaction that I'm seeing currently just makes me not really like Dragon as a character. And maybe that's my issue with him, is the fact that I don't vibe with somebody who's not down for their homies like that. And I don't know, unless he pulls through in a really incredible way, if he pulls up the Egghead, he saves Kuma, he saves Bonnie, he saves Vegapunk, and puts fucking Saturn in the dirt. These are the things that I expect from Dragon. Hell, taking Kuma to a different facility with Vegapunk and having him try to restore him, and maybe even going to Dressrosa and getting Man-Sherry and using the heal fruit to hope in conjunction with science from Vegapunk to bring Kuma back. There are so many things that I want Dragon to do, and it's really hard to sit back and cape for somebody who fucking is disappointing you at every turn. That's just my opinion. I don't really like how Dragon does things so far, but in a way I can understand it. Dragon gave a clue with children line to his character. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? How could he not show up to Marineford even? Because I feel like Marineford would have been his time to declare war. When the chips are down and Dragon is, there or something like that. I don't know. There are just times where I feel like celestial dragons are vulnerable. That would be a great time to attack them. We saw them in fucking Sabaody. We saw them in Goa Kingdom. All these times where Dragon could have just speared one of them and fucking gotten some attention. I mean, shit. Luffy punched one in the mouth. And then his people fucking destroyed St. Charlos. There's just so many good moments where Luffy has proven that he's a more of a threat than Dragon is at this moment. He's still the most wanted criminal, but I don't even know what that means in the context of things, because titles may not mean exactly what we think they mean. So there's just a lot of backstory that needs to be fleshed out for me to feel like I can relate to Dragon and enjoy Dragon. But like I said, Oda's doing it with Kuma right now, and I love Kuma right now, so it is what it is. People will be like, nah, but it'll make sense for Dragon when it comes to light. If Dragon couldn't do what he has done if he loved Luffy like that. Hope we get clarification of his line in Longtown. The world awaits you. We needed him to be hard. Damn. If Dragon knew about Sun God Nika, Devil Fruit, that Luffy has, maybe everything he did was to prepare for his return. Like he's prepping the world to work out in his favor to bring the dawn. Listen, I agree with all that. There's a possibility that it's true. There's a possibility that Dragon knows what Luffy has. It's just the problem is with that thinking, I feel like that means that right now the world is in complete turmoil when it comes to like everything that happened. And like if you're like, it's like he wanted his son to have free will but also wanted him for a bigger thing in that case. Like it's like, okay, well, if you knew that he needed to, you know, be revolutionized and stuff like that, it's like he wanted him to have free will but then maybe wants him to help out in the end. Like I don't know how it's gonna play out. Like I said, Oda will make it make sense, and he'll do it in a really fantastic fashion, I'm sure. It's just it's shitty that we don't see a little bit more, you know. And maybe that's Oda being like, yo, I'm gonna make this person fucking damn unlikable, and then all of a sudden fucking switch the game on them, you know. So if that's true, then who knows, we might get a St. Charlos flashback that just clears it all up, right? That'd be crazy. But all right, back to the chapter. Let me quick refresh my page here. All right. That connection to Luffy though is pretty fucking bananas. Okay. Hold on. I think my shit got fucked up. I'm missing the top of that page. Okay, here we go. Back at. Yeah, agreed. Like Kuma's important tripled to the story overnight. Yeah. In just a few backstory chapters, Kuma went from the guy who fucked everything up to the guy who made everything happen. So, I mean, they definitely showed some great stuff. Alright, half a year passed without a single letter reaching her. Revolutionary Army HQ Baltico. Kuma saved you again? Yes, he helped the army out of a pinch. Then he left without saying a word. If that's what Kuma wants, don't go after him. Hey Kuma, I'm sure he has his reasons. Ones he can't tell us. I'm all better. Look here, the stones are completely gone. I want to go outside. You can't, Bonnie. We're under instructions to take care for you until your 10th birthday. Liar. Vegas Punk said I'd be better in a year. And it's been a year now. You still can't. Alpha and her ILK are secret agents of the government. Huh? Shh. They were drinking in town and someone let slip that your disease is already fully cured. Really? I don't know what else they've got riding on this, but it makes no sense that they'd keep you locked inside for another half a year when you're all healthy now. And it doesn't make sense that Kuma wouldn't write a single letter either, does it? Yeah, I've already told the men about this. Go to the harbor, Bonnie. Go to sea and find your father. I can see him? Damn, yo, Connie be fucking killing it. Who said this old lady don't need to fucking be... I'll tell you what, she's old as hell, but she's doing great. Gyo and his crew aren't ordinary fishers. They're legendary ruffian fishers who strike fear into pirates and beasts alike. They'll help you reach Kuma. I'm off to the palace. Oh, take care, ma'am. I'm outside. There's dirt, grass, sky, sun. Bonnie's walking in the light of day. It's a miracle. There is a God. To think this day would come. This way, Bonnie. Gyo gyo, tots, potato. Look, I'm outside. Where is Bonnie? I just saw Queen Dowager outside, Connie outside. What? What's going on? It's me. I'm Bonnie. Don't lie to me. Set sail. We decorated the ship like a pizza. Damn, this is fucking cool. I like this a lot. Stop right there. It's Alpha. If you attempt to escape to subdue, I have authorization to use non-lethal violence to subdue you and bring you to justice. This makes it much easier. She's flying at us. Oh, yo, she's using Geppo. That's kind of cool. I told you, man. They're special medical agents that also have that are strong. She's flying at us. That's the government fighting style. The six powers. Accomplices may be eliminated. Hey, Daddy, what does Nika look like? Well, no one really knows, but distorted future. And she just fucking jumps up there with a giant fist. Bonnie, it said that his body had properties like rubber, and he fought however he fancied. Yo, this is so cool. I love this. This is fucking dope. Yo, she hit her with the fucking meanest right. Yo, that's crazy. Nika-like future. The escape of Bonnie the hostage was relayed to the government at once, and eventually the fishing boat in search of her father transformed into a pirate ship in the new world, much like Luffy's. Yo, that's so good. I love this. The fact that she's able to distort like that and be able to use her power similar to Nika is kind of crazy. She basically used gear third. Oh my gosh. Holy shit. This is a good chapter. I like this. I like the way who did it first. I mean, so technically Bonnie did, by that logic, because she did it and Luffy was still on the island just learning how to use, the axe. So, I mean, well, yeah, so he was 16, so he had, I don't know if, I need to research what happened first. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I think that Bonnie used it first. Because the fact of the matter is, it had to have been Bonnie. Because Luffy was still on the island, and they said that it was 6 months had passed or whatever. So it doesn't, it took her a year and a half to get better. But Luffy didn't make that up. I mean, he made it up for him. It's not like he saw Bonnie and was like, I'm going to do that. I think that it was Joy Boy's move. Yeah, that's a possibility. I mean, it definitely was inspired by Joy Boy. I mean, yeah, he was working on axe. He wasn't working on giant axe or anything like that. He didn't have his gears then. He only made his gears once he met Aokiji. So they're, I don't know. Bonnie out here using gear third before him. Damn. There's a break next week. Yeah, I mean, it could be Joy Boy's move. that is very possible. Could be that he tapped into how Joy Boy fights. It's either that or, hear me out, if the straw hat in Marie Joie is actually Nika's or Joy Boy's or whatever, whatever vernacular you want to use, Nika could have already been a giant, and they were just using giants as inspiration. She was using Nika as inspiration, or even her father as inspiration, because of how big his fist is. Or we could have assumed that Luffy was using Dory and Broggy as his inspiration. I think the OG was a giant. Exactly. So, like, they could be copying just his normal punch, not like a move or his fighting style per se. But it seems like Bonnie was going after Nika, while Luffy was maybe using just a giants in general, as far as Dory and Broggy, because those were the first giants he saw. So, it's very interesting. But they both have similar moves. And this just makes me super excited of the fact that Bonnie may join the crew. Because just imagine they both use giant and distorted future, and they just like both have giant fists coming down and just like wrecking shit. That'd be super cool. Be a cool combo attack. Probably be in a video game or some shit. But yeah, that's so dope. I'm super excited. I am salty that there is a break week though. I guess what I mean is if she tapped into Nika and he just went G3 because rubber plus his mine. Yeah, I mean, dreams make devil fruits is what Vegapunk theorized, right? So if you dream that you can do something with inspiration, I think you can. I mean, it's kind of like the same thing of like, you know, Vegapunk said as long as people wished for him, Nika would never disappear. Yeah, like this could be her dreaming of her dad and the story of Nika to the way that she can use his power in that way. But it's also like we've seen her use a muscly form that's similar to like how Luffy used his fucking like form where he was like monkey, you know, and kind of like just beat the F out of Kaido. So I don't know. It could be a lot of things. Another thing that I also find interesting is after she's done punching Alpha in the face, it looks like she ages herself up to her current look. So, how Bond doing G3 before Luffy is? We all thought Luffy was just being creative with his shitty fruit. At the time G3 was revealed, was she a Buccaneer access different versions of her own future? That was a hint before we saw this move. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. I mean, well, she's not technically a Buccaneer, though. Because Ginny was not. And her real father was a celestial dragon. So she's not a Buccaneer, technically. So for her to be able to access a different version of her own future is different, because that wouldn't be technically a future that Bonnie could tap into, since she's not a Buccaneer. But it is interesting. Yeah, so I mean, she's not technically Buccaneer, but I mean, who knows? If it's a distorted future, yeah, if it's a distorted future, there could be a world where Ginny and Kuma did have a child that was a where they did have a child that was Bonnie, but it was a different, bigger, bulky Bonnie that she was able to. Nah, Kuma hit, dude. I wish he did, bro. I wish he did. I wish this. I wish there was even just a semblance of happiness in Kuma's backstory, but it just doesn't seem it. The only happiness he had was when he found out Bonnie could be saved. It could just be like, yeah, it's like a multiversal thing. In a different multiverse, Kuma and Ginny got married, and they had a kid that was Bonnie, and she was a Buccaneer. It's just crazy that she was able to do something like this. But I do love that Bonnie just fucking yeeted herself out there and just fucked that bitch up. That was so good. I think it stems from the power source of all devil fruits, not just different dimensions. It's a possibility too. I really like the thought process for my my devil fruit theory of all, like, a lot of devil fruits being as one. And who knows, it could be as simple as like the original Nika fruit was all devil fruits, and then they just split in this way, and then over time it was like the quark singularity theory, where like they split, they were weak, but the dreams of people and the imagination of people just continued to make them grow. Like, oh, I'm a cold dude, I got the chill fruit, so on and so forth. I'm scared of death, I never want to die. All of a sudden, boom, I got the revive fruit. All these things are just really, really great for theory crafting and stuff like that. But yeah, and Larry said it best on our stream when we were going over 1100, is he was like, oh, excuse me. Oh. He's like, yeah, there's no way that those letters ever made it to Bonnie. And he was right, shouts out to him for getting that right. I do like that they didn't retcon anything. Like, the fact that we got this connection to Luffy without there actually being any sort of, like, thing that had to be retconned is great to me, because that just shows that Oda is like, I'm not going to change my story, I'm going to make it make sense around my story. I really did love that. I thought that there was a possibility that Kuma just met Luffy and then pushed out his memories. So I do like the way Oda did this, without actually making it like that. I also love how Kuma was able to basically help the revolutionaries, help all these people, and do as much as he can to help as many people as he can while he's losing his will. That was incredible. I fucking hate Alpha. I do love Bonnie, like, Nikaing out, or at least, like, getting the distorted future and, like, raging a little bit. I do love the Stussy connection, and I do love the fact that they said Stussy is a clone that has her own free will, meaning that she probably has hockey. I mean, we kind of already figured that. And also love, like, Kuma's, or Bonnie's love for pizza being, like, because Connie made it that way. And I love that he was helping the revolutionaries the whole time with while losing his will. Seeing that, Bonnie was cured and Alpha was being a total dick, interesting stuff. I thought that's how it would go. Even the people in the town being like, yo, Bonnie's actually walking outside, it's a miracle, never thought I'd see the day. Like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, this chapter ended really well. I do think that what's going to happen is we're going to go on a break week, obviously. But the problem is, if we go on a break week, then that means that we're not going to get anything this next week. And then the following week's Christmas, and then the following week is New Year. So I think we might get a whole month without chapters, which is fine. I'm cool with it. It gives me time to work on my stuff. And, excuse me. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Probably because I woke up too early. I love all the ways that we're learning so many new things about this whole process when it comes to Bonnie. And so I'm really enjoying it, but I think that this break week is to give us a small break before we go back to Egghead. I feel like this is the final chapter of the flashback. I mean, I guess I'll pass the question off to you guys. What do you guys think? Do you think this is the final flashback chapter and now we're going back to Egghead with this new chapter? Or do you think there's still more to tell? So I want to know your guys' opinion on that. Because to me, this is it. This is Bonnie setting sail. She probably gets a bounty put on her head. That's why she's part of the worst generation. And then she eventually meets up in Sabaody, and then so on and so forth. The things that we do know about her. I would be interested to figure out how she lost her crew. Where did they go? Did she just say like, hey, I feel like I'm causing you guys too much trouble, I should just leave, you know, or is it something else? So 3-Day says, if clones didn't have their own will, soul, Viver cards would lead you in a different direction, in my opinion. I don't know. They're made out of like skin and stuff like that. Maybe, I mean, I don't know. It kind of does. Hold on. Oh, 3-Day. Thank you so much. She just sent me the schedule. It says One Piece chapter 102 will be released 19. The official will be released. Wow, we're getting 1102 on December 24th. It is possible on December 17th we can have an image of the chapter on the One Piece stage of Jump Fest. One Piece chapter 10. Wow. Yeah, official release will be January 5th. Thank you. Thank you, 3-Day. Big Mom's card has a lot of will soul power in it. Miguel, I think we should know about why Kuma saved the Straw Hats at Sabaody and why he decided to guard the ship. Yeah, and you know what? Maybe we will get that. That would be an interesting thing to see, is why he saved them and stuff like that. What's really interesting right now is so my wife and I she's reading it for the first time. I'm reading it for the third time or whatever. And we're reading through Thriller Bark right now. And we just got to where Kuma shows up. And so it's like weird to see it now that I know the events of the past, because he literally sits there with a transponder snail and they're like, hey, he's like, eliminate everybody there. If Mori is still alive, we can still use him as a warlord. So make sure no one's there to basically report his loss, which is crazy. So, and then they end up basically getting bodied. But now knowing that Kuma knew who Luffy was, and he had that like just like Vegapunk said, like, I'll give you this base level consciousness. Having that moment where he was like, he pushed out all of the stuff and was like, if you're not willing to take this, Zoro, like, you know, but this will kill you. Like, that's really crazy. But I also love that for Zoro because that gave us one of the best moments. But it also made us go, yo, Zoro is kind of that guy. Like, he was able to take all that pain. But then it sucks even more because then in Sabaody, we get this moment of Kuma just basically losing his self. But here's the thing. I think after Sabaody is when he lost his will, and then at Marineford he was just a lifeless husk, basically, which sucks because that's exactly where, you know, Eva was like, oh, you don't even recognize my face anymore. Like, that was tragic. But yeah, it's definitely interesting rereading Thriller Bark now, knowing exactly what I know. But yeah, so I would give this chapter, I want to say like a 9 out of 10. I was going to go 8.5, but I really like the Nika connection, and I also really like the way the ship is designed after her, and just the way that we're getting all this information, and the fact that Oda didn't retcon anything and kind of just gave us like the perfect stuff here. So that's my take on it. I really enjoyed this chapter. I can't wait. I'm going to probably go watch people's reactions to it as well, because I sent the latest news for this year too. LL 17 should get some. Yeah. So I don't read spoilers, but like, I'm super excited to see what 1102 has in store. I just want to know if we're going to get more flashback or if we're finally going back to Egghead. This has probably been the most interesting arc just because of the fact that we've spent a lot of time away from the Straw Hats, a lot of time in flashbacks and other stuff, but it's all been really good payoffs. So I can't be mad at it. No, I won't be. But yeah, so I really enjoyed this one. Thank you guys so much for coming through. 3-Day, it's always a pleasure. Miguel, Strad, Lonely Mage, all of you guys. Like, I love having these type of discussions, and I love hearing your guys' comments. I really do. This has been awesome. But the chapters in 9 for me, I thought it was great. I love that they kept Bonnie's power a secret. And I couldn't be more happy with it. And yeah, I'm super excited for 1102. I love that Oda is just that guy when it comes to writing stuff, and like the connection with Kuma and Luffy was just so subtle, just enough to give him the understanding that Luffy is who he is. And that's why after everything that happened with Zoro, he was like, Dragon, you have your son found some really great comrades. Like that's how that makes sense to me now. So just really great storytelling overall by Oda. So yeah, this chapter's a 9 for me. But yeah, this is the end of the stream. Thank you guys so much for coming. Please like the stream if you haven't. Subscribe as well if you haven't. I just hit over 100, and I love to I'd love to just keep going and putting stuff out there. I'm gonna try and do more shorts and put some of my TikTok content over, as well as pumping out more TikTok content. So yeah, definitely really great to have you guys here. Really great to have people who really enjoy talking, and I say it every stream, you know, One Piece is better as a conversation, and I loved having that conversation with you guys, because it's just so much fun to talk about One Piece. It's one of my favorite things. So thank you guys so much, and please keep an eye on my TikTok for more funny CapCut stuff that I've been doing. And as soon as I'm done redoing my den, then that's where my streaming setup will be, and I'll be able to do more consistent stuff. So thank you guys so much. You have a wonderful rest of your Monday, and I will see you not next week but the following, for not only One Piece stuff, but soon enough that Black Clover reaction with Chestnut. So thank you guys so much. Have a good day. Jana.